As I'd like to talk about a man named Mr. Hayashi that I met at a self-help group for Hikikomori run by the public health center. He is 5 years old than me and often said, I don't have time. He was the kind of person who felt a strong urgency to get out of his situation. He was independent mentally. We once traveled together by bicycle to various places, and he loved growing plants. Because of his influence, I started to growing plants myself. I did get really into it for a while, but honestly, I get into things really fast. But I lost interest just as fast. Looking back, I didn't really gain much knowledge about plants. Instead, I cared more about buying stylish planters than learning how to grow plants. I quit for a while, but recently started again because of his influence. I thought the welfare workshop inspired me to start gardening, but looking back, it might have been his influence all along. Volunteer later told me he had been to graduate school, probably for a master's degree. In my self-group for Hikikomori, most users had dropped out of high school or only graduated from high school. Almost no one had been to college, let alone grad school. His education must have made becoming a Hikikomori especially hard for him. A different kind of hard from mine. At the time, I didn't think much about it. He might have felt I worked so hard on my studies, and yet here I am. Which must have been painful in its own way. Some people go to college or grad school because they have trouble fitting into society. So there may be more highly educated Hikikomori than we think. They just stay out of sight. During his Hikikomori years, he made alcohol in his yard. In Japan, making alcohol at home is illegal, but he still did it. That shows he had a lot of energy and really liked alcohol. Later, he even started growing rice, which is the main ingredient for sake, Japanese wine, Japanese sake. His yard was too small, so he went to another place to grow it. Later, he learned about a welfare workshop. Usually, some Hikikomori go there as users, but Mr. Hayashi was different. He first helped as a volunteer and later became staff, maybe. This is rare. And finally, he became the director of the welfare workshop. He invited me to visit once. In the morning, they served curry rice. In the afternoon, they made leather crafts. This workshop, this welfare workshop is not the one I go to now. He lives in the next town. So because of the rules, I probably can't go there now. I clearly remember getting my first cell phone. Hayashi said, why does Hikikomori need a phone? And complained. Back then, I only had my family's numbers. But I had a reason. Our self-help group for Hikikomori met only once or twice a month. So it was hard to get to know other members as a Hikikomori. With a phone, I could share email addresses with new Hikikomori as a Hikikomori and keep in touch between meetings. So we could get closer. For me, a phone wasn't just a gadget. It was a small way to stay connected while I was mostly staying at home. It also had a camera, so I liked going out to take photos and keep a record, like a role-playing game. In the end, even though he complained Hayashi got a phone too, I couldn't help feeling a bit annoyed. Back then, there was no social media, so a phone was actually useful for Hikikomori. But now smartphones feel different. The social media side and the harmful parts often feel bigger. I try to look at social media as little as possible, but I still feel the pull. Instead, I'm trying to choose things that make me focus and let me think deeply. Like reading novels, watching movies, or anime. Mr. Hayashi often checked what other people had. One time, he looked at my watch. Why do you have that? The watch was a gift from mom, maybe. That showed me that even simple things you own can. That showed me that even simple things you own can make others feel jealous or upset. Speaking of watch, four or 5 years ago, there was a TV special on Hikikomori and on social media. I saw someone complaining, Hikikomori wearing a watch? Why? They don't care about time. To be honest, that's silly. But there are moments when I don't feel like challenging the Hikikomori image those people hold. This is a Hikikomori joke, of course. Mr. Hayashi didn't get much support. Mr. Hayashi didn't get much support from his parents. My parents didn't want me to go to the hospital, but they helped me in other ways. In Japan, people are said to like the same thing, and I felt that even among Hikikomori. To stop being a Hikikomori, you have to step outside the usual mercy. But the more you do that, the more it can hurt your relationships with other Hikikomori. It's a hard balance. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. See you later. Bye.